All right, man, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. Got the job done last night versus the New York Knicks, and some of their previous woes have come back to kind of bite them in hindsight. Um, some of the previous issues that they had in their past, um, the third quarter and closing out games. At some point this season, they figured how to close quarters out. Um, Getting Schroeder was huge, for him for ball stability. So, at some point they figured how to close them quarters out, but in the playoffs it's a different animal. So this is pretty much the true test. And I mean, yesterday they came out guns a blazing. They came out guns a blazing. K came out super super aggressive. He figured out um how they was defending them. Didn't cry, didn't complain. Remember, Anthony Edwards was crying and complaining about being double teamed. He figured out how to attack the double team. In game one, I feel like he did a good job with the physicality and the double team. I mean, he just made the right play. He made passes. He made the right play. And when I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, he made the right play. And now it's he need to get a bucket. And now he's going out there, and he's proceeding to get a bucket. He proceeded to get buckets last night. He attacked with authority. He was ferocious. Um, he was ferocious in his attack, and and whatever the film study was, he made the adjustment. He made the adjustment last night. So and I continue to say, man, uh, they didn't, Schroeder came up big last night with the three at the end of the game. Tobias has been coming up big in this series. I mean, he's been, guarding a couple guys, from Cat, you know, to whoever it may be. And one of the things I like that I don't know how many people touched on is the fact that how OG Anunoby and Cade is guarding each other. Now, Cade is taking a challenge on guarding him. And usually you see cross matchups. You would think from a strategic standpoint of view that the Pistons will put Cade Cunningham on Josh Hart. That's what you would think. They will put Cade Cunningham on Josh Hart. That's what I was just thinking. Like maybe they put Cade on Josh Hart. You know, maybe they put Cade on Josh Hart. So that's what I was pretty much thinking about. Maybe they put Cade on Josh Hart. But I like that. I like that. Guard each other. Guard each other. Guard each other. Guard each other. That's what I say. And that's one of the things I take pride in. All these cracks across matchups and stuff. Tim Hardaway Jr. He did not show up tonight. Asar Thompson was the beneficial. Well, he had a lot of bad calls called on him. You can't play defense no more. That's what they want to tell you in the NBA. Jalen Brunson could have easily fouled out. He was hooking, he was pushing, he was flopping. Um, he's one of the worst players to watch play, man. He was atrocious last night, and they gave him every foul call. I hate when they pump and the defender jump and they jump into the defender. Take that out the game. If he naturally jumps into your shooting motion, you shouldn't be able to lean into him. It was so many calls, game one, game two, where they bumped us and we got the foul on them. Like the NBA needs to stop. If these are some of the greatest scorers in basketball, they should be able to score through contact. Duran had a really good game. He made all 6 of his free throws. Tobias Harris, y'all talked a lot of shit about him this season, but he's always defended. Now he's rebounding and he's scoring. Bees didn't have a great game, but Schroeder picked it up. And I might have an adjustment. How about you put Ron Hollins on Jalen Brunson? I mean, you need 5 fouls anyway. You need 5 fouls. You got to use 5 fouls anyway. That would be my thing. I would put Ryan Hollins on Jalen Brunson early, and I would just use Asar Thompson and pretty much put him. I'd have put him on Mikal Bridges. I'd have put him on Mikal Bridges early, and then in the second half of that, in the second half, I would throw Asar Thompson on Jalen. Then I throw Asar Thompson on Jalen Brunson. That would be my thing. I would say, look here. I know the Pistons don't want to get Ryan a lot of burn, but at some point you got to. Sasser can defend, Ryan can defend. I would just tag team them into defending Jalen Brunson in the first half. I would use them 10 fouls, them 12 fouls between them. Absolutely. I would use those 12 fouls between those guys. And yesterday, a lot of people was quiet for them. Karl Anthony Towns, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Josh Hart, that's a typical game for him, 10, 5, and 7. Mikal Bridges was solid last night, but it's not the Mikal Bridges thought they was getting from Brooklyn. I don't know why he changed the shooting stroke, but it's not the Mikal Bridges that they thought they was getting in Brooklyn. And rightfully so, because he had the green light in Brooklyn. Here, he's just another additional guy. He need to go back to being a 3-and-D guy. So, Mitchell Robinson didn't do much yesterday. They only scored 8 points off the bench, and that was because of Miles McBride. So, to be honest with you, with this type of payroll that the Knicks have, a lot of guys ain't producing. OG is doing what he's supposed to do for the most part. He defending Cade. You can't expect for him to go out and defend Cade and give you 20. And he playing 42 minutes. So, you can't really expect him to go out there and do that. So, but to be honest with you, them just some of the adjustments that I would make with the Pistons, in my opinion. Them some of the adjustments that I would come with if I'm JB Bickerstaff. Sasser can defend, Hollins can defend. Use those guys early on Jalen Brunson, and then I would spin the block in the second half and put a start on him. That's just how I would do it. But good win. Schroeder closed it out with the 3. And Cade they have to figure out how to get Cade moving without the basketball a little bit more, so they can't stick on him like that, like they were sticking on him. So get him moving and attacking, or moving and shooting. It's either moving, catch, and shoot, or he coming off that motion action or that curl action, and he getting downhill with a head of steam. That would be my remedy for that. I think he shouldn't be standing on the wing. They should be moving him. They should be moving him around. But hey, my humble opinion on it. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Like I said, follow me on other platforms. Got a couple other channels. Appreciate y'all, and let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.